Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Insert Wisdom podcast, episode number 9. I have been on a roll these past couple of days with getting out podcast episodes to you guys. This is going to be the third consecutive episode that I've released, but when the inspiration is on and the mic is hot and you've got things to say, you just got to go with it, you know? I'm really excited and I feel just happy because a couple of things. This episode is going to be a little bit different from the other episodes, a bit of an exclusive, if you will, but more on that in a minute. Last night, Insert Wisdom hit over 1,000 downloads. Oh my God, I just had to celebrate that, mark that major milestone with this episode. Obviously could not have done that without all of you who tune in and who listen. This podcast has been listened to in 29 countries so far, which is something I never thought would happen. And this podcast only has 8 episodes, and yet I checked it again today. We're at over 1,030 something downloads, and that's just crazy to me. So I just wanted to come on here and say thank you, and I'm so glad that this is something that is heard throughout the world and that I hope gives people, I don't know, something, maybe some peace or like a pleasant listening experience. I don't know what it gives people, but I'm just glad that I finally decided to make the plunge to make a podcast back in January, because it is something that I had been wanting to do for a while, but I just didn't because, I don't know, maybe I hadn't arrived at the confidence to make it yet. But in January, something clicked, and then I was like, you know what, let's just give it a shot. And here we are, 29 countries, over 1,000 downloads. That is amazing. So thank you guys so much. The reason this episode is going to be a little bit different and a bit of an exclusive is because I figured that I would celebrate by reading you a piece that I wrote for Substack, and the paid portion of that article, that is below the paying line. I don't know, you divide articles on Substack between what is the free content and what's the paid content. But I wanted to read it to you because I feel like it's something that a lot of people maybe could resonate with and something that people need to hear. And it's all about direction. I know that there are a lot of people out there who don't know what they're doing or where they're going, myself included. You know, I have felt much more like I have a path and direction the past year or so, but I know that the world can be very noisy and it can be very hard to hear that voice, find that path, and wonder, you know, what the hell do you do to get there? And so this is a piece that I wrote for the Folklore Library on Substack, like I said. If you are unfamiliar with the Folklore Library, it's essentially an extension of a book that I'm currently writing, and every article, every fragment, every podcast episode, hello, Insert Wisdom, are bits and pieces, relics that are from archives, I guess is the right word, archives from the library itself. And there's a whole article when you go to my Substack that explains more about what the Folklore Library is, so I hope that you will check that out. But yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into this piece. The whole thing, it's going to take about 5 minutes, so if you want to get cozy, get a drink or a fluffy blanket or something, put on an ambiance, then let's go ahead and jump into it. Okay, so The Compass, the Stars, and How to Come Home, Book 22, Finding Direction in the Map You Already Hold. A compass, a thing that gives us direction. We tell stories about the compass. Its mechanism has been mythologized because it answers the age-old question, where do I go? And then it takes us there. There are few things in this world that show us where to go and how to get there. Compasses, maps, signposts, the stars. Sailors once used them all. They knew where they were headed by watching the sky and trusting what they held in their hands. But there are truths we humans hesitate to confront. Am I alone in the world? And if not, then where do I go? What do I do? The same stars that guided ancient sailors still guide us now. The compass eternally directs us home. Both tell the same story they always have, that there is something ancient and beautiful, always watching, always guiding. The salt in the sea is the same as the salt in our tears. We are not alone. The compass speaks when we are aligned. The trick is learning how to listen. I cannot tell you where to go. I am not you. The paths I've walked and paved are mine alone. But I know this. There is a wisdom inside us all, a knowing that hums quietly, pointing us toward the next right step. People have told me that when they spend time with me, something shifts. Their path becomes clearer. Questions rise. Truths reveal themselves. I don't always offer answers, but I ask the kind of questions that stir remembering. I am a guide only because I have lived what I speak. I know direction in my bones. I've held lanterns in the dark until the dawn. My soul is a compass, my body the stars. And if there is one thing you must know, it is this. Being who you truly are is the compass. There is no trickery in that, no games, no lies. This is the truth I have come to over and over again. And no truth has ever felt more like relief, like home, like epiphany. Paint direction on your soul like a carapace. Ask the stars, ask the water, ask yourself, because you are the compass that will carry you home. And then this next section is the subscriber patron section. I woke up today and checked Threads as I almost always do. Last night I posted a collection of beautiful wax seals, each a bunch of brilliant colors and designs. I noticed that a lot of people said the compass was their favorite. I think there have always been symbols we love to write stories about, things we love to look to for answers because we sense that they know. The compass is one of them. Thousands of people have the compass tattooed on them. It's in countless works of art and stories. This is because the compass tells us where to go. As a whole, so many of us feel lost and directionless. So many of us wish we had something or someone to tell us where to go and what to do. The compass is a symbol of that kind of clarity, of that kind of answer. I don't think a lot of people realize that we already hold all of the answers within us at all times. That in truth, we don't need these instruments or symbols, but they do serve as a kind of tangible and cosmic reminder that we aren't alone. That there is help to be found in objects and people and events. That if direction can be crystallized in tangible form, surely we must find direction somewhere. That somewhere will always be within you. It will always be in being who you truly are. The bits of this piece that talk about the stars and the sea are ways of me trying to relay what I have come to believe as true. We aren't alone. That yes, we do have the answers, but there is also the universe outside of us that directs and supports us. How horrible it must be to believe that this existence is meaningless, that we are alone. I believe the stars, the salt in our tears, our lungs that look like tree roots, our fingerprints that look like tree trunks, our eyes that look like nebulas, and so many more mirrors are clear signs that we are not alone, that we are the universe becoming aware of itself, and that universe is everything we are. Direction will look different for everyone. Not everyone needs a compass or markers or guidance. That is their guidance. That is their reality. This brilliant existence isn't an accident, and it isn't meaningless. It is everything and nothing. It is the sea and the desert. It is the loneliness and the expansion. It is everything. And we get to choose what that everything looks like every minute of every day. yeah, those are the kinds of things that I write on Substack. I just, it's taken me a long time to get to where I am now, feeling this kind of clarity about who it is I am becoming, where I'm going, the things I know to be true. And the only thing that I want to do now with all of that is not only to live a full life that is free and colorful and everything for me, but also to share the things that I know and that I feel, and hopefully it can help bring people some comfort or back to themselves or inspire them in some way, because I think we live in a time that really needs that, and we need people who are going to be their authentic selves, that we can pause from all of this crap in the world and not listen to what we're told is the right path or the right thing or whatever if it insults who you are. That reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. It's by Walt Whitman. I'm going to probably butcher it, but it's something like, re-examine everything you've been told and dismiss what insults your soul. And that's something I think that people get too wrapped up in, is like, okay, if an influencer says something online that they don't agree with, and then they lash out at that influencer, it's like, how dare you say that? It's like, I don't think those people who react like that immediately realize that they don't have to react. They don't have to listen to whatever that person says. They can go, oh, well, that must be true for them, or that's their path, but that's not for me. And I don't know, maybe a lot of people don't have that ability. I'm not sure. But I just, I felt like it was important to celebrate this incredible milestone with this podcast. And I'm so grateful and happy that you guys have been a part of this. So, I think that is everything that I have to say in this episode. I will have all the links to all of my socials. I'm basically everywhere except Twitter. And I really do mean it when I say that if you want to ask me questions or suggest things that I can talk about, reach out to me on Threads. Like that's like the number one place people can comment, and I'll either respond or not, but I guarantee you I will always see it. And if it's something I feel like I want to respond to and make content about or whatever, then I will. I mean, like I said in this piece, I posted a bunch of wax seals last night, and the fact that 4 or 5 people picked the compass is what made me go, oh, what's that story? And then here we are. One article and a podcast episode later. So, feel free to interact. Like, I love it when people interact with the things I've made and they have something to say or, ask questions. So I will leave all those links below. Don't forget to subscribe and consider becoming a patron to the Folklore Library, and check out my book on Amazon. It's just exciting because I feel like I'm really finally building a world that is mine and that I love spending time in. And I hope that you enjoy spending a little time here in my world as well. So thank you so much for listening. Wherever you are in the world, if you're in one of those 29 countries or a new country, thank you again. I really just can't put it into words how much this has meant to me so far. So, with that being said, I'll see you in the next episode. Maybe it'll be tomorrow. I don't know. But, yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one.